Oh, not you. Oh, that, yeah, well, I
Hi.
don't know, she's going to be recording. Hey.
Yep. So it's the afternoon of the 23rd of January 2018, speaking with Sheila. Court just recessed for the evening. Take it over, Sheila.
Okay, well, we just left. It's freezing, by the way, in Knoxville. Oh, my God. And the courtroom is freezing. I had to throw that in. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. A lot of what I'm seeing is so not just cognitive dissonance, but okay, so my take on the entire thing is that this is exactly what has to happen in exactly this fashion to exactly make everything transparent. Because anyone who reads any of these transcripts going forward will see for themselves. There will be no way for anyone to pull the covers. I so get what you meant now. I so get what you meant now. The way that they are talking, the witnesses themselves, it's I don't know, it's just amazing the information that they're stating. Now, we're in the car right now and we're all going to go eat together. So everybody's serving. I don't know if I'll be able to get anybody and everybody else on the phone, but I certainly will try.
Okay.
I think it might. I'm really glad that you were able to talk to Heather earlier, and I would love for her to be able to talk to you again.
Yeah, she's going to need a break though. She's got energy. She's got to let down from and rebuild, and she'll have some other connections to make. But yes, I would like to, and I'll touch base with her, but it won't be right now.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, I guess, let's see, I can put you on speaker so you can hear from Katie if you'd like.
Yeah, is it pretty quiet in the car?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. Lisa's on her phone, though. So, and we've got
Well,
the
let me ask you this. So when you first got back into the courtroom, what was how did they, aside from all rise and His Honorness comes in and then you start again, where was the place that they picked up?
Well, where they picked up was they started immediately with, let me see, was Parker still, I can't remember. But what is that? Yeah, that's where they started, but had he, when we broke for lunch, had he already had his, when we came back, did we? Yeah, okay, because it was Parker still before lunch. And then after lunch, they picked up with an AT&T records historian or something, the guy who keeps the records for AT&T or something, and it had to do with pointing out all the calls and things that are recorded, and proving that. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I was sitting there rolling my eyes, going, "Oh yeah, no, your phone calls aren't recorded. Sure, y'all keep believing that mess." But it was all about the billing, that he was showing tracking IDs and all that kind of stuff. But it was very interesting too. I found that it was a couple of things that Heather asked him on redirect that he didn't seem to know, and I found that very interesting.
Right. Very well telling, and on purpose why they've been asked. So they were glaring admissions of knowledge from a purported expert in his field in this capacity.
Yes, absolutely. And in my opinion, just my opinion, but there's glaring omissions and or gaps of knowledge in several people's supposed purported expert, professional fields or whatever.
Right.
I mean, so that's just my take on that. And I think that, like I said, when the transcripts come out, as long as they don't clean them up like they did the last time, then it will be easy for anyone to see.
Right.
So let me see. I'm trying to. I would like for everyone to know that Randy looks great. He was very his very upbeat and just beaming love at all of us and us back to him. And I just want that to be said because
good.
It was just so awesome to see him. And
Big Randy was in the building.
Yes, Big Randy was definitely in the building. Yes, and that's right. Katie just said he asked some very powerful questions on redirect.
Good.
So,
Good.
Yes.
Good.
And yes, and you're right. Big Randy was in the building, and big energy was emanating. So, that was
spot on, baby. That's good. Good. That's great. Okay, so let me go back for a minute. You said, I know exactly what you're talking about now, and it related to different people who were selected witnesses from the prosecution. So elaborate for people who don't know what you're talking about, right? Give them a specificity. So is it related? Tell us how it's related to. I know what you're talking about, but enunciate for others.
Well, okay, so I finally understand what this case is actually about. Okay, it's not the accounts. Now I really get it. It's not the accounts. This entire case is all about showing the corruption that is going on, not just in this country, but in the world, in a manner in which no one can refute it.
Right.
No one. You have people who are supposed to be the people that are doing their jobs. Name, the people that went to school and got the education, and they're in these positions of alleged authority and power, and they're supposed to know what they're doing. I'm using air quotes there. And what they are doing is corruption. And so, especially after reading the last press pay, the fact that all of these people were actually, it's just that it had to come out this way, and it had to be done this way so that it was all on the public record. It's on the public. It's going to be a matter of public record exactly how this works, all the corruption that's involved from every angle.
Right. So what's happening is it's being infused not only in the courtroom, which goes out energetics to the whole planet and beyond, it's being typed in, recorded, and videoed. So make no mistake about it, there's actually a live feed, and the former controllers are watching in other rooms on other spheres what is transpiring. So that's one way to understand it. It's going into the electronic record, which is the electromagnetic and energetic record, and it's a way for it to be easily pulled out for all. It's going into, basically, if you think of all beings on the planet, since we're all one, it's being plugged right into their eternal, universal backdoor computer, we'll say, because that's a good metaphor for how it's actually being infused into each being on the planet. Remember what was in that part in the precipice last night? Was it only last night that I read?
Yeah, I know, right?
That discussed that. So great. Okay, so keep going.
Well, that's pretty much what I have to say about that. And I'm sorry, I am shaking all over right now. It is so cold here, and we really haven't eaten much today. And so what I'd like to do, BZ, if you will be free in a little while, Katie and Lisa both, we're thinking that after we eat, because like you said, Heather has to rest and things like that. So after we eat, if you're up for it, let's do a Zoom recording with the three of us, if that's okay?
Yeah. Yep, that's great.
And the three of us and you, and so that would be awesome.
Great. Okay, so you text me when you've rested, and just pull out a piece of paper or a note form on your phone, and if words or thoughts come to mind, just write them down, and we'll jump from there. And in the meantime, I'll get this out and published.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you so much, BG,
yep.
for all
much
that
love.
you be and do. All right. Much love to you, too.
Big hugs to the other guys.
Okay, I will.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, and to pass on to Heather that I'll be in touch when the energy is good for her.